It really reminds me of the Sony noise canceling headphones like the MX3, and at first I wasn't sure what to expect. They certainly do feel a little bit lighter than the Sony headphones. The build quality, of course, isn't going to be that level, but that's what you would expect for something that costs considerably less. These do come in for under $100. I think that they're on sale now for like around $71. Now, actually listening to them, I wasn't sure what to expect, but I was pleasantly surprised. These do have the high-res audio certification, and I opened up Tidal and I listened to various types of music, and I actually thought for the price that these are, the sound quality was very clear. Even when you have, bass, the soundstage was very, very nice. The noise canceling, even in a little bit noisy room with computers running and a fan, actually did a pretty good job of blocking out the noise. Now, of course, being much cheaper than the other noise canceling headphones like the Sony that I mentioned, or the Bose, or even the very expensive Apple AirPods Max, this isn't going to have quite that level of the active noise canceling, but it does actually a pretty good job, and it's much better than I thought it would be for the price. That shows you how technology has improved during the last few years. Years ago, to get this type of performance, you had to pony up and pay like $300 or more for something like the Bose noise canceling headphone, but to get something like this around $70, I was really pleasantly surprised, and I can understand why the build quality is going to be a little bit lighter, more plastic than one of the higher end headphones. They do have to minimize costs somewhere, but overall, very happy. I even played some games with this. They do have a game mode that has pretty low latency, so that's one of the issues with Bluetooth. You don't want like too much latency. You want to make sure that it can be as instant as possible, especially if you're gaming. So even though I probably wouldn't use these specifically just for gaming headphones, I think these are great when you have a little noisy area like an office or something like that. They're very light and comfortable, one of the benefits of sort of the plastics that they use. Overall, after trying these as my main set of headphones for a few days, I was actually pleasantly surprised at how capable they were. Now, the next product that was sent to me by the same company is going to be this keyboard and mouse setup. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is just how crazy the keyboard design is. The keyboard has a different designs on it. The keys are blue, so overall it looks pretty crazy, very different than the common keyboard that you're used to seeing. So once again, when I started using it, I wasn't sure what to expect. After plugging it in and also trying it out for a few days, it certainly was a very comfortable typing experience. I love how the keys feel. Most likely, if I was going to use this a long time, I'd want to use maybe keycaps that are maybe like one solid color or maybe a more traditional color. I do like having the different colors sometimes, but you really need to have the right setup for this to look really good. But overall, I definitely enjoyed using the keyboard. Once again, it comes very simply just with a cable to plug it in, and there's a little magnetic top that comes off in case you need to clean it or switch out any of the keys. I'm sure you can get keys of different colors and something like that if you do want to switch it out. Now, accompanying this keyboard is a much more conventional wired mouse. Now, this is going to be a gaming mouse, the EM928 Dario. It's going to be a corded gaming mouse. It does have an optical sensor, PMW3389, and you can set your DPI from 100 up to 16,000. Now, I personally do prefer these optical sensors instead of the laser or any of those other sensors. I just think traditionally for gaming, these just feel more accurate. They're sort of the little bit more old school type of setups. Some of the newer mice will try different technologies like laser and things like that, but personally, I still prefer a more traditional sensor like this with the optics. And in terms of the DPI, I never go that high anyway. If I'm playing something like an FPS game, generally I'll keep it between 400 to 800, and if I'm using Windows, maybe a little bit higher like 1600, but generally 800 for me is the sweet spot, the DPI. I just like having a bigger mouse pad area, especially if you're playing some type of a competitive game. Now, the mouse definitely feels pretty good in the hand. Now, it's certainly going to be a more conventional looking and functioning mouse, but it does seem to tick most of the boxes that I would want with the optical sensor. It feels great in the hands, and also it does have onboard memory, so that way I love switching DPI on the fly. Sometimes when I would go from a game back to Windows, or you want to do some work in Excel or something like that, it's great to be able to switch the DPI, because after all, having just one DPI is not really very good if you're going to do multiple things that require different levels of sensitivity. Remember to smash that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next video.